Welcome back, Best Uni Crew. It's Sugar coming on to do a mirror. I have a order from the Crafty Leo. So she said to do something with a lion. And then I was like, oh, you must be a Leo. She was like, you know it? I'm like, oh, shit. But anywho, y'all like, I'm the best. I'm a Cancer. We ain't going to argue about that right now, though. So what I do is I use Silhouette Studios Business Edition to make my SVGs. Then I take it over to Tinkercad. And I found this image here on Google. You can find whatever image you want. I'm just gonna do a quick rundown of what I do on designing how to make my mirrors. Okay, so I do my SVG, and I am going to do an offset around this SVG by going to panels. Let's get an offset. Okay. That's good enough. I'm going to highlight the offset, ungroup it, release the compound path, and then I'm only going to deselect the offset, and then it leaves these little pieces that I don't need in the middle selected, and I'm going to just push delete. Here, I'm just going to change the color so I can see. Okay. And then I am going to go to shapes, and I'm going to grab a circle. I'm going to make sure my mirror shape will fit inside this design that I just did. Change the color so I can see it. Okay, so my mirrors are only 3 inches that I designed. I'm working on designing bigger. I can do 2 and 3 right now, and I think 6. I think it was 6. I don't know. But the mirrors are little handheld mirrors. If you want you one, they start at $25 for custom. The bigger the mirror, the more the money. All right, so that is not big enough to me, so I'm gonna highlight the Leo and the offset. Make sure this yellow is deselected. I'm just going to drag the orange and the black big enough to where my mirror will be able to get in there. Okay. So I'm going to select the orange and the yellow right now, and I'm going to make sure they are centered. Okay. They're going to be like a 6. Okay. Let's make our mirror exactly 3 by 3. So I'm going to go to the width and just push 3 here, and I'm going to push 3 for the height. Okay. So now I can see, I can do a little more off that mirror. I just need enough to cover. I don't want it to be too big, but not too little either. Okay, that should be good enough. Okay, so now I am going to put an offset or inner offset inside of the 3-inch circle by going to panels, go to offset, and I'm just going to do an inner offset. And that will be like my piece where my mirror will be showing. So I can always make it a little wider. It depends on how much mirror space you want in yours. Of course, you can highlight the yellow in that little offset and you can align them. Okay. So what you want to do is save each piece by itself. I know it's a lot. Like I said, I don't know how to use certain stuff in Tinkercad yet. Oh my goodness. Okay, come on now. Just trying to get everything a different color if I can know what's what. Okay, so what you want to do is you're going to highlight everything, deselect one thing at a time. Delete everything else. Go up here where it say File. Go to Save As. Save to hard drive. You'll name it. Okay. And save it as an SVG. Say okay. Go up here where you see a back arrow. Push undo. Do it again. Highlight everything. Deselect what you're going to keep. Delete everything else. And you got to keep doing it. Do not separate nothing. Leave everything on top of each other and just keep hitting the back button. And I'll show you why just a sec. And I know it's a lot. Now, I'm not going to do my circles because I already got some over there. But so you'll have to delete everything and say one at a time. So you'll delete everything, say the yellow, bring it back, delete everything but the brown, save it, bring it back. but I don't need those. So we're just gonna go ahead and go to Tinkercad because I. So I'm going to go over here, and you have to sign up, and you'll push create, and you're gonna start from there. But like I got files already over here, so I'm gonna go search for my mirror. My mirror is for me is already measurements for my holes. So let's get it straightened because that was like a long time for me, honey. So when your holes and stuff come over here, of course you'll have to do the rising of them, like raise them up. I'm gonna duplicate if I can try to explain it a little better. I won't mess up what I got already. Okay. 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 So do you remember the inner offset? This is the inner offset, the long one. You'll have to stretch that down. Let me show you what it looked like before. Okay. The outer should be the 3. Let me check the width and the height. See, the orange one is the 3x3. The inner offset is let me zoom out some, 2.67 width and height. Okay. Well, it's just, yeah, if you design it in silhouette, that's the offset should be, or whatever you want it to be. It don't have to be exactly what mine is, but you will need that 3x3 for this area here. You'll need an inner offset for where the mirror can lay into. I didn't separate nothing. Everything needs to be touching. It needs to look just like this. But when you bring it in, those circles will be connected flat. I drug it down. It needs to be down. You drag it from using this little middle square here. It doesn't matter about the bottom height, but it needs to still be connected to this one here. But the orange width and height, where the height of it needs to be 0.133 for the 3-inch mirror. I hope I'm making sense. But anywho, I'm gonna delete these because I don't need those. I just was letting you know what you'll need to do with the circles if you bring them over. So the circles, I turned them into a hole. You can turn them into a hole when they are solid. You turn them into a hole by using this right here when you got them selected. And the hole is to cut inside of a shape. So I'm going to import my images in. It's taking it a minute. Okay. So this is what it should look like. Okay. As you can see, I need to make sure my stuff is lined up just right. So I'm going to highlight the circle and offset. And I'm going to go up here to the line. I'm going to align it. Okay. Let's see what it looks from the bottom. It looks okay. Okay. That's good enough. All right. Now I am going to select the offset and I'm going to turn it into a hole because I need to see through it. So that pink, I need to raise that up out of there. It's a black arrow sitting here on the top. You just select it and drag that up. You want to leave something inside of the offset. You see it's connected still. That's good. You want it to connect. If it's not connecting, it's not going to print right. So this top piece needs to be still connected to the bottom. But you don't want it too far down because you got to do your mirrors. So the mirrors area do not need to be connected. So let's look through. And we can see through the other side. So we know this top piece is not coming all the way down on top of this mirror area, which is good. Okay. All right. So we need to figure out how far we want our mirror to start and where we want it to start at and how much print we want it to have. So if I started here, how it looking for the offset, the mirror going to start all the way back here. It's going to have too much opening. So I'm going to try to select only the mirror, and the circle part for the mirror. I'm going to bring it down some. Okay, I grabbed everything but what I needed. So we're going to make sure everything deselected and only the two we need is the two in the middle. And right here it does say two shapes. So we're going to grab this little triangle and then we're going to pull it down some. I'm going to look from the bottom. I don't want it to start too much in the front because like I said, it will make it real thin. So let's click this triangle again. see, can we find the numbers thing, and then we can try to. Let's see. It says minus 0.04. Let's see how far that bring it down or up. It took it too far up, so we'll say 3. Okay, that's 3. We'll say 3 3. Let's see how far down that is. So we need a build from the flat area, but we need some thickness between it because we got to put the mirror. That should be fine right up in there, I'm thinking. So it look like it got some space. So we'll start the product right up in there. It's not too bad. And if it is, it'll let me know. Probably go up just a little bit. Let's see. Let's do 2. Let's do 1 1. Trying to see from angles how far the mirror is up. So I can't really tell. What's that bottom piece? Okay, we're just gonna do it from that angle, like that much width and height. It's a minus, but it'll probably be different on yours. I'm going to raise the offset. I'm gonna bring the offset down too, because it's like I don't need it to be that thick. I do need it to be sitting on top, but I need it to be sturdy enough for the mirrors. I'm gonna do let's try 0.3. Let's see how far down that'll go. Let's try. Let's see what it looks like from an angle. Let's see what the 3 look like. Let's try 255. Okay. So that's good enough. We're gonna bring down the wording into the material of the top layer of the offset, just the offset, not the mirror. 0.5. Nope, still not touching. You gotta make sure it touch. If it don't touch, then it'll be all for nothing. Okay, that's too much in there. So we're looking at a 5. Three. Okay, that's good enough right there. Let's see. You can kind of see the shadow coming through it. We just do not want to touch that top little area of that mirror. So we need to make sure that's not touching. And once you get the hang of it, you'll be able to tell yourself. But I see it, I can see through it, so I know it's not touching that top part of where the mirror is gonna be. So that's good enough for me. And I'm just going to bring this pink part down some. Let's drop it all the way down. Let's do 0.033. Let me raise it up a little bit more. We need some kind of definition to it. We'll be able to change the color. No, baby, not that much. Hold on. I forgot my 0.055. Let's see what that do. That's good enough. Okay. Change this color here. So I'm thinking about doing like a gold and black. She didn't really specify. But if she don't like it, I'll just do something different. But I'll probably do like a gold and black. Because y'all think y'all royalty any damn way. But I'm going to let y'all have that. Anywho. So this is what it's going to look like. Okay. So now you see I still got the hole there. We have to highlight. But before we highlight, make sure you have a smooth print. Okay, so select one thing at a time, like this offset, your circles and everything. My circles are already high quality. So when you select it, this box here should come and you want to do the quality all the way up to 24. It just makes it smoother to me. And then you do your Leo sign, go to the quality and go all the way up on 24. Okay? So when you print it, it won't be ugly. It'll be smooth and pretty. It's supposed to be anyway. Sometimes the filament is what it is. See, I got my circles already like that, so that right there don't count. Okay, so what I can do if I want to just leave the Leo that color for my own sanity, I can deselect the Leo by highlighting all of it, and then no other three is selected, and I can just cut the hole. And then there you go. And I should be able to see like little grooves over there in the inside, right there. Okay. As you can see, this bottom part gonna build first, and once it get to a certain height before it closes up at the top, by the time it get a good wall, I place my mirror inside it. Then I push play for the printer to continue to print, and it'll cover the mirror. And then it'll continue to print, and then until it get to the top of it, and it'll design it like that. So yeah, I hope that explains how I design my mirrors. And then if you want to see it, I will upload a short after it finished. So y'all make sure y'all have a blessed one. And to save it, go to export and then go to STL, and then it's going to go over to the side where you can download it.